Today, we are on Temu.com to find accessories to upgrade our Nintendo Switch. So, let's see what we can find. All right, let's type in Nintendo Switch. Cute plush protective case compatible with Nintendo Switch. That is actually kind of adorable though. And they even have Joycon covers. It's actually really soft, would recommend. Oh, it's like he's holding a little Switch card. Look at that, that's adorable. The Lenovo wireless controller with programmable mapping function for Switch. Ooh, there's a turbo function. Doyo, they're back! Doyo Nintendo Switch Joy-Con grip, good term. Been looking for an item like this since my Switch rails are loose right now.
You said cinch.
That's not a Switch. 6-piece motorcycle kickstand side pad holder. It's a shoe for your bike kickstand. Oh, look at this. Switch console stand, cute multicolored console stand, handheld game console screen stand. What? Oh, that looks so sick. Okay, for 20 bucks, yeah, why not? That's a Pokeball. Overheating protection. I would hope to God this doesn't overheat your Switch. I recommend it and everything I earned, I did not have to pay and I arrived on time than expected. Add to cart. So this is an Amiibo emulator. It's called Amiibo, and it's probably very illegal. USB-C to connector for HDMI cable for Nintendo Switch. Need use Switch. Man, I love that brand. Need use Switch. Let's go. Oh crap, this thing is tiny. I've never seen this before. I thank Temu for best price with fast delivery. Sometimes not happy with Temu. Oh, you had me going there for the first time. I thought this was sponsored. But this time, excellent. This is why I stay with Temu. There's a story with that one. Whoa, is this a Joy-Con sword grip? This one holds your Switch case, which seems like an awful idea. Your Switch games are just gonna go fly. Wait, no, wait a minute. What? I don't really play Zelda, which is weird to say because I feel like everyone in the world is playing Skyward's Breath of the Kingdom. Yeah, Breath of the Kingdom. I know Zelda. What? Huh?
Don't look, honey.
Blink twice if you need help. Don't think this gaming headset serves as counseling, I'll tell you that. Sounds good, and the mic works fine. Thank you, Nicholas. All right, so we got a bunch in our cart we're gonna check out, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks when our stuff finally shows up. Before we continue on with our Switch Temu upgrade, I wanna talk about the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform for building a website for your personal brand or business. With a variety of stylish templates and plenty of options for customization, making a website that's truly your own is a breeze, which can make a difference when it comes to engaging your audience. Whether you are looking to sell products, showcase your portfolio to prospective clients, or just need to make a simple landing page for a project. Whatever the need, Squarespace has you covered and will even help you set up your own custom domain with just a few clicks. If you're interested in checking them out and want to support the content we make here on Denki, head over to squarespace.com/Denki. There you can try out the service for free, and if you like what you see, they'll give you 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks very much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, and now back to the Temu madness. All right, so it's been a couple of weeks and our Switch stuff from Temu has finally showed up. So let's see what we got inside. All right, first things first, we have our stand for the Switch. Woo! Look at that. That's pretty fancy looking, isn't it? Wow. Thing actually looks pretty high quality too. I mean, it's not perfect, but certainly from a very short distance, it actually looks really nice. Looks like we have some parts here as well. These are some limbs, I guess, to add some extra character to it. Other than that, there's not really much to this because you could just lean it back. Look at that. Looks like we paid extra for that. I think there's nothing for it. Let's just drop our Switch in. Look at that. We can get a nice angle for our top down over here. Look at that. That is adorable. If you want a charger switch, there is a pass-through little port back here, but you'd have to route the cable through, run it up over here. So it will be a little annoying from a functionality standpoint. As a brief refresher, this stand cost us almost $20. Again, this does look pretty adorable, and it's available in a bunch of different colors as well. Not bad. Kind of afraid to see what the rest of it's like, but we're off to a good start here. The promiscuousness is only a thing when you tilt it back. PG, R. PG, R. Family channel. All right, what is this? Okay, so this is our mini controller from 8BitDo. Oh, you know what? The compatibility for this is actually kind of rad as well. So, of course, I bought it because it works with the Switch, but it'll do Windows, Android, macOS, Steam, Raspberry Pi, and I believe you can also use this on iPhone as well. Oh my God, it is that small. Look at that. You know, it's tiny, right, in comparison to my hand, right? That is weirdly comfortable. Like, it's certainly not gonna be your main controller whatsoever. I think you'd be surprised with how usable something like this is. My fingers are definitely fat in comparison to all of these buttons, but I mean, I'm not pressing like 2 of them at once or anything. You can actually handle this pretty well. Oh, it has a little lanyard as well. Yeah, Richard Simmons, you know. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So we bought this on Temu.com for around $23, but I know that you can find 8BitDo stuff on Amazon as well. I'm gonna do the thing that most people don't do, which is read the instructions. What? Holy shit, they give you a whole atlas. Yeah, maybe if Christopher Columbus read this, he maybe would have found real Asia. Oh shoot, oh, it just synced. Wow, okay. Wow, look at this. It works totally fine. I'm gonna go play Densha de Go.
Buca de Beppo?
Buca de, yeah, I wanted the spaghetti. You make spaghetti on a train. That's 100% what it is, Luke. Apart from the fact that it looks like I'm controlling its bum. Densha de Go. All right, Luke, we can only go 55 kilometers an hour or they're gonna yell at us.
I say, push it.
No.
Pedal to the metal.
No, we can't. Oh God, I'm gonna point. So when we pass this checkpoint here, we can go 70 kilometers an hour. Oh, this is the station? Oh, it's a station. Oh, we got a break. We got a break. We have 37 seconds. We can't overshoot or our customers are gonna hate us. And we also have to try to hit the marker at the same time and be accurate with our distance. No, we overshot! Oh! Oh! Only 104 centimeters away with 1 second left. Accuracy. What are we doing? What? Oh yeah, it's about the controller. All right, Densha de Go worked totally fine with this controller. This is seriously impressive. Have no complaints with it, really. Yeah, you know what? Not too bad, Temu. Not too bad. Put it right there. You can push my A button whenever you want. All right, next up, we have our replacement kickstand. We paid $6.48 for this. That is very simple. How does this work? Okay, I mean, let me just jam it in and see if that, oh, you weren't kidding. That's just in. If I had to zonk it for one thing, it is that one of the corners is not completely flush. It's holding it. What else can you really ask for? Yeah, thank you.
Who are you thinking?
Temu. Now that our Switch has a new kickstand, we can play around with some of the cases that we got. Just in case you weren't sure, this one comes with comprehensive protection.
What are the limits on that?
We can find out, but I do not want to ruin the Switch. Precise keep position, easy installation, excellent material, but most importantly, humanization design. Humanization design. I said it twice and I don't know what that word means. We have Joycon covers. Be a nice little grip cover, I guess, for your Switch Joy-Cons. All right, not a bad Joy-Con cover. These are kind of like a TPU style material, so they will add a little bit of grip when you are holding this. They don't quite match the neon colors on the Joy-Cons, especially since you can see some of the color peeking through. Most importantly, we have our silicone cover for the Switch itself, and it has an Animal Crossing style print. Our case is now on the Switch, and I must say, it does feel just as nice as the Joy-Cons, which is to say, surprisingly surprisingly good. Let me see if the Joy-Cons going well. Yeah, look at that. The tolerances are pretty nice. Ooh, the volume buttons don't feel the best. Oh, and the power button doesn't have any tactility whatsoever. Probably the biggest zonks for me, if I'm honest.
Zonks?
Zonks?
Zonks.
Zonks.
Yeah.
Zonks.
Stonks and zonks.
For $11.98, can't complain too much, but not bad. But let's take a look at our other protective case. This guy is an anti-fingerprint texture protective case. Durable and eco-friendly material. Don't know if I believe that last part, but we'll just go with it. Original design to make your Switch one and only. New products have a slight odor that is normal and can be replaced in the ventilation to disperse the smell. Wow. Okay. If it's gonna smell like lead, at least they let you know ahead of time. All right, let's see what we got. Holy crap! They skinned a whole ass carpet for this. Dude, this actually feels like the carpeting that you would install in your house. I'm not even kidding. Oh my God, these Joycon covers. Bro, this is perfect for the winter. It'll definitely keep your hands warm and your Switch. Oh, and it even comes with these like covers too for the front of your Joy-Cons. Imagine this just kind of sits in. Yeah, that was easy. Second one in. Behind all of the fur, there are some hidden sharp edges here. That's a very obtuse angle. Yo, they need to hit that with sandpaper before they put the fur on that, Jesus. On first impression, not as soft as you would think it is from looking at it on camera. In intense gaming sessions, enjoy your rug burn. Dude, it's terrible. It don't feel good.
Not good at all.
I told you, it looks like it would be more comfortable, but it's not.
Yo, this is so bad.
It's terrible. Man, I want to throw this shit in the garbage is what I want to do. Jeez. Like, for real, like I had like bad eczema a couple of weeks ago and I'm pretty sure this would have like reactivated it. That's a miss. How much did we pay for this? $16.12. Wow, what a fucking ripoff. Holy shit, no. In the garbage you go. I do not want this thing in my sights anymore. If you wanted B-roll of this thing, Luke, too bad. We're throwing it out. No, don't need that shit. Bad. Next up, we have our Switch docks, or at least one real dock and one that's a cable that does the same thing as a dock. First, I want to open up our USB-C to HDMI cable. Oh, I love the colors on that. Hello? Dang, okay, this matches our neon Joy-Cons. Totally forgot about that. The company that makes this, or at least the brand, is called Need Use Switch. It's about as bootleg as you can get. Oh, wait. Ah, Nintendo. We're gonna try this on our gaming desk in just a moment, but I want to, before we get to that, check out what's in this box. It is a Pokeball Switch dock. Boom, here it is. Whoa, what is that material? It has a USB-C plug on the bottom, and on the back we have HDMI, USB-C, and USB-A. Boom. Actually looks kind of nice. Neat little touch, half Pokeball, the little button in the middle. Not bad, not bad. There's a little bit of play because there's not much friction holding it in anywhere else, but that inner lining does do a decent job at adding at least a little bit of grip with the angle that this is at. I want to test these a bit further, so let's jump to our gaming desk. All right, so we have both of our docks right here, but I think the one that I'm actually most interested in is this all-in-one solution. It's very low profile as well. The fact that you can throw this into a bag or whatever and play a Switch anywhere, let's say like a hotel room, and just plug in directly into a TV to get higher quality graphics is a really cool value proposition, especially considering that we paid $8.97. And again, the only thing we need with this is USB-C power, which you would just bring your Switch power supply with you wherever you go. Now let's plug this into our Switch. All right, so the screen went black, which means something is happening. Change our input to HDMI 1 and hey! I mean, look, these docks are very straightforward, but this looks really nice on our 1440p monitor. My Joy-Cons are not working. Oh, because it's on the Switch itself when realistically it thinks it's plugged into a dock. So you have to disconnect your Joy-Cons and there we go. So it works totally fine. In fact, this would actually be a perfect solution for, you figure you do one of these guys, plug it in, There's a whole lot of space for the cable to live. And there we go. Look at this. Playing some Suika game. This is the new hotness for the month. Still haven't hit my 3,000 score yet. Very sad about that. Okay, but let's take a look at our Pokeball dock. Okay, so the console's charging, so that works baseline. That's great. And there's a little red LED as well around the center of the Pokeball. That looks really nice. But the real test here is, of course, HDMI. So it's red when it's charging and it's purple, or realistically red and blue when it is hooked up to video. And that also looks very nice. This has a very nice aesthetic to it. I think it's nice. But again, for my money, I think that this low profile dock, it's not really a dock, it's just a cable. This thing is a good deal. I love this thing a lot. I'm gonna actually put this in my bag. Next up, we have our Switch themed headphones. These are from Ko-Fi. The idea here is that it's a wireless headset for your Switch. All right, it says we're gonna get up to 30 hours of playtime, has an ergonomic design, I'll be the judge of that, and vibration sound. Bass? I mean, that's literally what that means, right? Just bass. I forgot how much we spent on this, but at $43, these better be banging good. Oh, bang good. Oh, wow. I just shouted out our future video, which I totally didn't plan yet. All right, we have our Switch dongle, which looks pretty low profile. Look at that, it actually sits pretty nice under our Switch here, so it shouldn't get in the way of any of the ergonomics, which is pretty nice. Okay, in terms of aesthetics, the plastic certainly doesn't fill me with confidence. It looks pretty cheap. The padding, at least from a feel standpoint, pretty plush. Might get a little hot during some play sessions. Might get a little sweaty. Yeah, cheap feeling plastic, very lightweight though, at least. Oh, and they also fold as well for easy transport, as it should be for a Switch accessory. Let's take these back to the gaming desk and see how these perform. But the thing I'm most curious about is this dongle, which transmits wirelessly to the headphones. The idea is that you plug this into USB-C on your Switch, and in theory, it'll see it as a USB device, and then it's up to the adapter itself to transmit to the headphones. So let me turn these guys on. I don't like that there are a lot of buttons on here because it's kind of hard to figure out what does what. They light up. Oh, they're paired. They're paired. Let me see if this just works. Again, still very plasticky. I can hear it creaking a little bit when I put them on. But once they're on my head, the handling noise goes away. Oh, geez. Whoa! I'm saying this cautiously. These headphones actually sound very good, but they are very bassy. Like, it feels like there are subwoofers in my ears. I can feel it vibrating right now with just the soundtrack. And vibration sound. Bass? I mean, that's literally what that means, right? I think for things like gunshots and stuff in games, that might actually be a good thing. In some ways, makes it impressive that things like mids and the treble generally come through pretty clearly. So these headphones, in terms of sound, are pretty well sorted. For 60 bucks on Amazon, I would pay that, but for the 43 or whatever on Temu that we paid, these are the best headphones we've tried from Temu so far, hands down. And finally, we have a bunch of our controller accessories, including an Amiibo Emulator, which is certainly not a controller thing, but we'll take a look at this a little later on too. All right, so this right here is a Joycon grip. Doyo, they're back! Which, at first glance, looks pretty similar to the standard Nintendo one, except this one also, I believe, yeah, separates. Let's put our Joy-Con in. Ooh, it's a little rough. A lot of friction there, but we'll live. Oh, but that feels so much better than just holding the Joy-Cons as is. Wow. It passes through the light with some very clever cutouts. In addition to this one, we also have another grip, except this one does allow you to charge your Joy-Cons. Oh, that's way more comfortable as well than the standard grip. It still feels a little odd because these Joy-Cons are fairly thin, but this feels more like a real controller than I think the standard Joy-Con grip. But if real Joy-Cons aren't your thing, then what we also have here is a Joy-Con replacement. This is from Lenovo, like Lenovo, but Lenovo. Lenovo. So we have anti-friction thumbsticks, advanced turbo mode, like every other third-party controller on the planet, Samato sensory 6-axis. So it has a gyroscope in it, basically, is what they want to say. Actually, this is really nice packaging. Ooh, okay. So for $34, we have this black Lenovo controller. That is a nice looking third-party controller. Wow. It also passed QC. In addition to the normal buttons that you would find on your Joy-Cons, it also has 2 back buttons as well, which might be programmable. I'm actually not sure. They are programmable. Look at that. So you have 2 extra macros on the back for whatever you need to do in your games. That's pretty convenient. The only thing that I can really complain about, at least right now without playing with it, is that the glossy plastic is definitely not gonna look this nice after a while. This is gonna scratch up like crazy, especially if you throw it in a bag without your case or whatever. So you'll have to look out for that. But otherwise, this feels surprisingly premium and it looks the part too. God, I still love the look of these Joy-Cons. They're obviously a far departure from what the actual OEM ones look like, but there's something about clear plastic that just hits right. The joysticks light up, and they are supposedly RGB, so you can change the colors on them. First impressions, the joysticks do get pretty loud, but there's way more travel on these than something like the standard Joy-Con. It's just way more comfortable to hold. It fills out my grip very well. I can play on these things realistically longer than the standard Switch ones. It feels more akin to a real controller. Playing Suika game, obviously, it's not the most intensive title to try out a controller with. I think that having these comfortable Joy-Cons will make those play sessions last way longer. The fatigue won't be there, they're way more ergonomic, and I think that's something that I super value. Probably the only downside to our Lenovo Joy-Cons is that the controllers themselves are big enough where our kickstand is not cutting it at all. Maybe with a Switch OLED with the larger kickstand, it would probably fare better. Yeah, that kickstand ain't doing anything right now. Look at that. All right, so I have our all Amiibo Emulator. So the idea here is that it has a bunch of the NFC tags built in so that you can, in theory, use whatever Amiibo you want that's programmed in here and use them in the game. First of all, how do I turn you on? There's a lot in here. Skylander, Splatoon, there we go. Okay, so we have our Amiibo reader in the game. Let's just tap our Amiibo here. Oh, word? It's Callie. Okay, this thing worked very well, and it's surprisingly intuitive.
Wow.
All right, how much did we pay for this? Because it's certainly cheaper than an Amiibo. So this was $20.98. Temu out here, I mean, this is very illegal. And with the way that this looks, because there's Bluetooth transmission as well, I think in theory you could also add Amiibos to this as well after the fact.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm down.
Not too shabby, Temu. You forgot this.
It's not like I have Skyward Sword to try it out, Luke.
Is that it? Never mind.
I have to screw it my... Are you This does not come pre-assembled? I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. It looks cool, and if it came assembled, it'd be even better. Though I don't know why you would want to, you know, fling this around when your Switch carts are actually in here. That would not fare well, though you can fit 10 in here.
Maybe it's a projectile.
I know who to throw it at. And on that note, thanks very much for watching this video on Denki channel. And thanks again to the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace, for supporting the stuff we do here.